Imagine you're leading a group of Boy Scouts on a hike. You need to get to the campsite before dark, but the whole troop can only move as fast as its slowest hiker, a kid named Herbie who's struggling with a heavy backpack. What do? Yell at him to walk faster? That won't work. The solution, it turns out, is to take the weight out of Herbie's pack and distribute it among the faster hikers. Suddenly, Herbie can keep up, and the entire group's speed increases dramatically. This simple story is the key to unlocking massive improvements in any business, and it's the central metaphor in our summary of The Goal by Eliyahu Goldratt and Jeff Cox. The Goal is a classic business novel that follows Alex Rogo, a plant manager whose factory is a total mess and just 90 days away from being shut down. Through a series of conversations with a brilliant but mysterious physicist named Jonah, Alex uncovers a powerful new way of thinking called the theory of constraints. It boils down to three game-changing ideas. First, you must know the true goal of your organization. Second, you have to find the one thing holding you back from that goal, the Herbie in your system. And third, you need a clear 5-step process to manage that constraint and unleash your full potential. So let's start with the first big idea. What is the goal? When Jonah asks Alex this, Alex says things like, producing quality products efficiently. Jonah calls this nonsense. The only goal of a for-profit company is to make money, period. Everything else is just a means to an end. To measure this, you only need 3 simple metrics. Throughput, which is the rate you generate money through sales. Inventory, which is all the money tied up in things you plan to sell. And operational expense, the money you spend to turn inventory into throughput. The shocking insight here is that being busy or efficient in a specific department means nothing if it doesn't increase throughput or decrease inventory and operational expense for the entire company. This brings us to the second key idea, finding the bottleneck. Just like Herbie on the hike, every system has a constraint or a bottleneck that determines its maximum output. It's the slowest part of your process. Alex's plant had machines that were constantly busy, creating huge piles of parts that just sat around, waiting for 1 or 2 overloaded machines down the line. Those overloaded machines were his bottlenecks. The crucial, mind-bending takeaway is this. An hour of time lost at a bottleneck is an hour of lost output for the entire factory, forever. But an hour saved at a non-bottleneck? It's a mirage. It doesn't make the system any faster. It just creates more inventory. So what do you do once you find your Herbie? This leads to the third and final takeaway, the 5 focusing steps. This is the practical playbook. First, identify the constraint. Second, exploit the constraint. This means you do everything possible to get the most out of it without spending big money. Make sure it's never waiting for work, that it only works on high-quality parts, and that it's staffed during lunch breaks. Third, subordinate everything else to the constraint. This is the radical part. You must make the rest of your operation march to the beat of the bottleneck's drum. This means other machines might sit idle, and that's not just okay, it's essential to prevent a buildup of useless inventory. Fourth, elevate the constraint. If you've done all that and still need more capacity, now you can invest in upgrading or adding another bottleneck machine. And fifth, once a bottleneck is broken, a new one will appear somewhere else. You have to go back to step 1 and repeat the process, because improvement is a continuous journey. In the end, The Goal isn't just a book about manufacturing. It's a powerful lesson in systems thinking that applies to any organization. Stop trying to optimize every little piece in isolation. Instead, find the 1 or 2 constraints that are truly limiting your entire system's performance and focus all your energy there. As Jonah tells Alex, a bottleneck is any resource whose capacity is equal to or less than the demand placed upon it. Find yours, and you'll unlock a new level of performance. If this way of thinking intrigues you, we highly recommend checking out The Phoenix Project by Gene Kim, which applies these same ideas to the world of IT and DevOps. For a deeper dive into challenging your own assumptions, a key theme of the book, try Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. Find more great summaries and reading guides at booksplat.com. Level up yourself today, 3 minutes at a time.